welcome to Manifested e-learning platform. We continue with our block revision, that is April 2024. We tackle question 5. This is the question we're being told, summarize 4 criticism associated with imposition of miscellaneous fees and levies in developing countries. Those are the pseudo taxes or the miscellaneous fee. The criticism against imposing of these levies. Some of the criticism is multiplicity, what you call multiplicity of fees when imposed. One you say multiplicity of the fees when imposed. Multiplicity of the fees when imposed. By various government agency, by what they call various government agencies may create confusion. What they call multiplicity of the fees when imposed may create confusion among confusion among taxpayers, among what you call the taxpayers and businesses. Multiplicity of the fee may create confusion. You are paying these miscellaneous taxes, and at the same time you have the tax regarding obligation. Regarding what they call obligations. Regarding what you call obligation, you have the regular taxes being imposed and result into excess financial burden, and result into what you call excessive burden. That was A. We just call it A. That's the first criticism of the miscellaneous taxes. We have the second, lack of what you call transparency. Lack of transparency. What do you call lack of transparency? Lack of transparency. Transparency is basically what you call openness. Transparency is what we basically mean as openness. This multiplicity or these taxes, they do not create openness. So we can say that there's unclear criteria. There is what you call unclear criteria. There's unclear criteria. There's what you call unclear criteria. Unclear criteria of assessing charges. There's what you call unclear criteria of assessing the charges and opaqueness, and what you call opaqueness in what you call opaqueness for fee collection, opaqueness for fee collection, what you call fee collection, opaqueness for fee collection, opaqueness in fee collection, what you call fee collection, collection by government agencies, by government agency as the second limitations of the miscellaneous taxes or the pseudo taxes. The third we can talk about inconsistency and duplication of fee. Inconsistency, and what you call duplication. What you call duplication of fee. Duplication means that they are being doubled. Inconsistency and what you call duplication of fee, and that is basically imposed on fees and levies are import fees and levies. Let's say fees and levies imposed. Sometimes are very similar. Sometimes fees and levies that are basically imposed. Sometimes we know sometimes imposed on the same entity, on the same entity. Entity can be a business imposed on the same entity, hence leading to unnecessary tax burden. Hence leading, we say leading to what you call to unnecessary, what you call unnecessary tax burden. Leading to what you call unnecessary tax burden. Duplication, it means that some are more or less similar. So we can take impact on competitiveness, impact on business competitiveness, impact on what you call business competitiveness, impact on what you call the business competitiveness, impact on what you call business competitiveness, impact on business competitiveness. Excessive fees and levies, excessive fees and levies, excessive fees and levies. When these miscellaneous are charged a higher, excessive fees and levies can negatively impact on what you call the competitiveness. The competitiveness can negatively impact on what you call the competitiveness of business, especially on businesses, especially what you call the SMEs. Especially the SMEs can negatively affect the business, especially the small, medium size enterprise, by increasing operating cost, by increasing what you call operating cost, by increasing what you call the operating cost. We can add one as the last one, an extra one, and that is take corruption and rent-seeking imposition. Corruption and what you call rent seeking, corruption and what you call the rent seeking, imposition of multiple fee, imposition of multiple fee, corruption and rent seeking of multiple fee, corruption and rent seeking of the multiple fees create opportunity, create what you call opportunity for corruption, and what you call rent seeking, corruption and what you call the rent seeking. So that is essentially on disadvantages or the limitation of the miscellaneous. And we've said that miscellaneous fees are also the pseudo fees, the disadvantages of such.